Welcome back to the Create It Like a Boss show. First off, you guys, I am so sorry that it has taken me so long to get back to recording on the show. I had every intention when I left Bali in June to still record as I was traveling to Austria through the US. However, a couple days within getting to Austria, I didn't feel so good. Then lots of family time and other work and other projects. And you're definitely going to hear all about that in this episode, Joyful June. Then when I traveled to US in Orlando, I ended up not feeling well. First, I had some travel slash hashtag life complications. Then went to Disney with my brother and his wife and his family. Then didn't feel well. Then had an amazing trip and amazing time in Minnesota. Then Singapore, a long ass flight. Then back to Bali. So needless to say, I was surprised myself when I ended up realizing today that I hadn't even recorded my June Creator CEO Confessions. That has never, ever happened to where I've been over a month late. So thank you for the grace. And on top of that, when I logged into Spotify, I realized mid-June, they transferred their audio to Riverside. I did not record the initial intro off of there, so I'm gonna have to record it on my phone because thankfully it is on iTunes on intros. And it was just navigating and figuring out how to even use their tool. Full disclaimer, this is not sponsored. I much more preferred the Anchor platform with the ease of everything on the same page when you're recording your podcast. Same on Spotify. It was on the same page. I'm not sure why they decided to integrate Riverside, but the fact that it's on a separate platform and then integrated and lost all my previous audio with all intros, outros, and promotions is not a vibe in 2024. Just real talk. Like as a tech company and as a SaaS company, they could have done way better. And actually, that's another reason why I'm glad I did not podcast and record episodes when I was gone, because that would have annoyed the shit out of me, just being fully honest. So first world problems, but like when they did that, like whoever decided to do that and how they handled the transition, I don't believe they considered creators at all. Because why would you completely vanish the audio and the intros and the outros and everything and tell us we had to download it? And now, like in the midst of life happening, I didn't download it. So I'm the one that has to go like it's 1955 or 1978 and listen to some of my old episodes and record it on my phone and then transfer the audio. Like, no. Like, no. Sorry, not sorry. So let me get back into a high vibe. Now that I'm irritated from that, or that I was irritated from that, let me shift back and let's get into Creator CEO Confessions for June. And then I'm going to record after this the Creator CEO Confessions for July. So you're going to have them back to back, like what's happening mid-year into July. And I'm recording this as of August 13th. So if this is your first time tuning in, apologies, there's no intro for the show right now because Spotify and Riverside decided to do what they decided to do. But here I am showing up anyway and still sharing and caring. So my Creator CEO Confessions are a monthly newsletter where I share different aspects of life that I typically don't share anywhere else other than maybe a short snippet on social media for a reel or a post. And then I also record a podcast all about it where you get even more. If you are not yet subscribed to my newsletter, definitely go over to the link in the show notes at bit.ly/create it like a boss so that you get these in your inbox. So like things happen, life happens. It's not easy, and we still get to choose to keep creating. ABCs of creating, something I received as a divine download, I believe, are always be creating. It's that simple. So from faith to wellness to wealth to marketing to biz to travel to community. I share all the things on these snapshots, as well as just different things on what is happening with me. So you get more of an insider look with a creator, hence the Creator to CEO Confessions. So I started my month in June in Seminyak in Bali at a co-living space where I stayed for the month, wrapping up my second month in Bali. That was my first trip to Bali, and I'm back in Bali now. Before leaving Bali, I visited Nusa Penida for 2 days as well. And then on June 13th, I left for Bangkok for a quick stop before heading to Austria to see my parents, my brother, and his family. I ended June in Vienna in Austria. I increased self-love, self-forgiveness, which is often the hardest, alignment and worthiness all month with purpose, passion, priorities, people, and profits. I experienced 2 days-ish downtime in Austria during my woman time. In Bali, I barely experienced any of that, so it was not a vibe for me to experience it again. I completed The Queen's Code, an amazing book by Alison Armstrong, recommended by Sophie, a new friend from France that I met in Gili Air. And I completed 10,000 minutes of workouts at Bali Fitness Seminyak. And how do I know that? Because I track my workouts on Peloton.app. And I also ended up joining the Fit/One gym in Austria, which I loved. It's in my top 3 gyms, you guys, in the world. It's 2-story, super clean, all the equipment you could imagine. Not only that, but there's literally a sauna that you can access, including steam, including dry sauna, including essential oil sauna, if that's what it's called, including hydrotherapy massage beds. Yes, hydrotherapy massage beds that you can access with no limitation depending on your membership, you guys. Not only that, but also coffee provided with no limits, flavored water, like such a vibe. They gave a beautiful welcome packet with a pink towel and a pink water bottle. So all the gyms in the world, take note on what an amazing gym looks and functions like. Not only that, but I've been in gyms in Vegas and other places in the world, and you guys, from every single angle, amazing. Hashtag not sponsored yet. My word for 2024 is worthy, and my alignment and abundance and action has definitely elevated and been challenged to elevate in every single way this year. And in June, I reached over $700,000 in business-to-business proposals. And you may be asking, how do you know that? How do you track that? Great question. I track that on ClickUp in my CRM. For those of you that don't know, that stands for Customer Relationship Management Tool. And then I also have created a dashboard in ClickUp where I track that. Then on top of that, I also track a scorecard that I track in Excel. So I track that on a daily basis as well. So, that gives you some insight, as well as my own self accountability of things that I'm, tracking to make sure that I stay on track. I aligned business to business to consumer launches, including creator bundles with 80 plus creators, 15 plus emails done in Kajabi, an all-in-one marketing tool. And definitely when you click on the bit.ly, you can see quite a bit of these tools. 7 shows in June, did not do any in July. Hashtag forgive me. 3 plus blogs, 25 plus social media posts, and integrated the creator to cash into bundles. So if you haven't checked out my creator to cash toolkit, definitely check that out for free, along with options for the workbook with project management template already done for you with 7 ways to make 7K in 7 days, and the Creator to Cash course and one-on-ones. I completed phase 2 for next steps with the Bali agent for a week of stays in 3 luxury villas, content creation, and potentially ongoing creator to CMO project, and hosting my Bali retreat in one of their villas, and co-launching my Bali Love Create Play retreat in October. In completing my Vision 2024, the beginning of 2024, I identified top priorities, including goals with creating and receiving $300,000 plus aligned with brands and creators that love to pay me, travel to 12 plus countries, and scaling 10x to 100x. I am absolutely on track to exceed 7 plus countries. 12 plus countries. I'm already at 7. I've also already scaled 10x to 100x plus with different tech and tools like Repurpose, like Opus Clip, and several others. I have not yet hit 300K, although I can promise you from every aspect of the inner work and the aligned action, I have definitely been moving forward and working on receiving, being and receiving, being, embodying, and receiving as I'm also doing the work. Because in the past, years ago, I would hit different income levels of 6 plus figures, of making brands 6 to 8 figures. But then inevitably, what would happen so many times, I would go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I realized so much of that was from disbelief, not believing I was worthy, self-sabotage, so many things aligned to childhood or things I witnessed with money, like that money is scary or that money always causes a fight, just so many different things. So I am definitely aligning with being and doing the inner and outer work at the same time, even before I get to those levels. And alongside that 300K, it also integrates the brand work, the retreat work, and the online courses. And what's amazing, of course, I'm speaking about this now in August, and this was written in June, is so much of my time is being magnified and at the same time having so much white space and so much focus, and then exponential tools like Apollo.io that are helping me target different brands, different creators, different community, etc. So also, I shared my Creator CEO Community Free Circle and added Creator CEO opportunities weekly to monthly that you can definitely check out in the bit.ly, the link in the show notes. I became top 3 in Brands Meet Creators community and a whole lot of humaning, and I've consistently stayed that. So spiritual, I stayed aligned in spiritual growth with prayers and listening to prayers and affirmations in my own voice, journaling, meditation, and increasing breath work and EFT over 15 plus times, especially like right before I left Bali in June. I remember I was being triggered. So I've talked about, or actually coming up on an episode is going to be all about dating in 2024. And that's on my blog. And I was definitely triggered with one of my last dates and just different things that were coming up for me of being worthy of a wonderful man. And so I'll be sharing on that coming up on the show as well. And let's see. Physically, I reached over 10,000 minutes, like I shared earlier. Financially, I increased alignment both internally and externally with abundance and actions from the inside out. I stayed calm and clear in June, even with changes and challenges in cash flow. So there's definitely been some challenging times that I don't understand, yet I continue to rise up and trust in our Creator. I dive deep into Under Earners and Debtors Anonymous. I completed steps 10 of 12. I completed my financial budget for the month with increasing money dates over 3 plus times a week, like after dancing or after breath work or after EFT, and focusing both on the vision and the creating as well as the current cash flow. I completed digital marketing emails with over 15 emails with on average 20 to 30% plus open rates, 31,000 plus downloads on the show. And what I shared earlier, 25 plus IG reels, shorts, and more. And I'm focusing more on being and embodying as well as doing, but at the same time increasing clarity, batching and bundling similar types of tasks, and increasing intention, influence, and impact, and asking how can I save time? How can I free up time? So mentally to playfully, I also took a trip to Nusa Penida, which you can also see and read all about on my Bali and listen on my Bali top 10 things to do. And I completed several courses in Brands Meet Creators. I had my first sale on TikTok Shop. Yay. Aligned to 25 plus brands and mapped out my accelerated content plan for July and beyond. I spent so much time outdoors in Bali with beaches and waterfalls and hikes. This life, this is the freedom I once prayed for in time, in location, in expression. I immersed myself in learning with communities, including Transformation Church, Epic Fab Girl, EFT with Cassandra Bodzak, Marie Forleo with Time Genius to accelerate and elevate my time, Social Curator with Jasmine Starr, your travel influencer bag with Gabby with at Pax Light, Next Level Confident and Attracting Your Husband with at Janelle Linnae, so JANELLELYNNAE, and Brands Meet Creators. And then I also completed 3+ action plans and social curators, and I elevated my energy with alignment, feeling, and receiving in surprising ways in June. And this included getting on dating apps for the first time ever in my life with Tinder, Passport, and Bumble in May. Oh my God. I will share a blog and a show with insights and insider info. The blog is already up. However, the show gets to be recorded. And then spent a lot of time with my family in Austria for 2 to 4 weeks across Father's Day, across time with Danube Park, a boat ride, Stephansplatz, Maria Hilferstrasse, Rose Garden, and more. So hope you love this. Hope you get insight into Creator CEO Confessions. Definitely check out the link in the show notes with how you may create it with 75+ tips, tools, and tech, Creator to Cash, the Bali Retreat, and more. Let's create it.